if I see one more soft girl era video that doesn't mention soul care, I'm going to lose it. Because I live this. I did the aesthetic rest, the boundaries, and I don't do stress anymore captions. And underneath it, I was performing peace while my actual life was falling apart. Today, I'm showing you the real difference between soft girl era and soul care era. The framework I use with women in leadership to actually heal instead of just look healed. And one exercise you can do with me right now in this video for free. Stay with me.
Lord, don't just fix what people see. Do the hard work in me.
Let's define our terms because these two eras get confused constantly. Soft girl era is the aesthetics. It's slower mornings. It's boundaries without guilt, or at least that's the goal. And it's rejecting hustle culture and grind culture and the idea that your worth is your output. And honestly, that part is good. Rest as rebellion and gentleness as resistance. Women needed permission to stop proving themselves through exhaustion. I'm not against soft girl era. I'm against stopping there. Soul care era is what came after it. The deeper counter response. Because women tried the soft life, tried the rest, tried the boundaries, and still felt broken underneath. Soul care era is the recognition that you cannot decorate your way into healing. You have to actually do the work. Here's the gap between them. In one sentence, soft girl era changes your aesthetics. Soul care era changes your actual transformation. One is what you post. The other is what's true when nobody's watching. I want to tell you where this framework actually came from. Not a textbook, my life. I was married for 6 years, and for all those whole 6 years, I was being cheated on. I didn't know the extent of it until later, but I knew something was wrong the whole time, and I stayed soft. I stayed prayerful. I stayed quiet because that's what a woman who has it all together does, right? And when the marriage ended, I didn't get to fall apart. I was in ministry. I was a mother. I was a leader. I was leading. People needed me to be the pastor. They needed me to be the coach, the strong one. So I smiled on Sunday and I answered every call. I worked overtime, not just at my job, but at managing perception, making sure nobody outside those church doors knew what my life actually looked like. I was protecting my image. I was protecting the church's peace. I was protecting everyone's comfort except my own healing. And here's the moment that changed everything for me. I realized I had gotten so good at performing peace that I had forgotten what it felt like to actually possess it. I could preach it. I could not live it. I realized rest without healing is just a nicer form of avoidance. I want you to hear that again because it took me years to learn it. Rest without healing is just a nicer form of avoidance. You can nap, journal, light every candle you own, and still be running from the exact same wound, just more peacefully. That's the moment soul care era became real for me. Not an aesthetic, a survival tool, and then a calling. What is soul care and the heart work framework? So let's actually define soul care through a Christian lens because that's the only lens I know how to offer it through. Soul care is not a spa day. Soul care is the ongoing work of tending to your emotional healing, your spiritual formation, your identity in Christ, your capacity to forgive, and your willingness to be renewed. All at the same time because they're not separate. You cannot heal emotionally while your identity is still rooted in performance. You cannot walk in forgiveness while you're spiritually depleted. Your soul care holds all of it together. And here's the key distinction. Soul care transforms the heart, not just external habits. You can change your schedule, your skincare routine, your morning rituals, and still have an unhealed heart running the whole show from underneath. Soul care goes to the root. That is why I created a framework I use with every woman I coach. I call it the H.E.A.R.T framework, and it's your entry point into deeper method I teach in the heart work. H stands for healing the wounds you've hidden, not the ones everyone knows about. I'm talking about the ones you've even hidden from yourself. E examines your emotional patterns. Where does that wound show up? In your over-functioning, your people-pleasing, your inability to rest. A is aligned with God's truth. Replace the story your wound has been telling you with what God actually says about who you are. And R, restore your healthy relationships and rhythms. Healing that doesn't change your relationships and your daily rhythms isn't finished. It's still theoretical. And T is for transforming through consistent soul care, not a one-time breakthrough, a covenant you keep with yourself and God on purpose. Over time, this is how women move from survival to wholeness, not by resting harder, by healing deeper. I don't want to just teach you a concept and leave you here. Let's actually do something together. This is one exercise straight from the Heart Work Starter Guide. I call it a heart check. I want you to grab something to write with right now. Pause the video if you need to. Here's the prompt. Is this piece I'm carrying something I've healed into or something I'm performing? Sit with that. Don't rush to answer it like a good Christian woman way. Answer it honestly. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's how you show up at church, or maybe it's how you talk about your past. Write down one place in your life right now where you might be performing peace instead of possessing it. Just one. That's the beginning of the heal step. That's soul care era in real time. This is the same kind of prompt inside the full Heart Work Starter Guide, which is free. The link is in the description. You got the full Heart Work framework. And I'm telling you right now, a heart check reflection page, a weekly ritual tracker, so you're not just inspired for a day, you're actually building a practice. If this video names something in you, I want you to do two things. One, grab the free Heart Work Starter Guide in the description. It's the next step after this video, and it's completely free. Two, if you're ready to go deeper than a starter guide, the Heart Work Divine Trifecta Workbook is the full 10-week soul care curriculum built on this exact method for the woman who's done performing peace and ready to actually possess it. The self-care era gave you permission to rest. Soul care era gives you the heart work to actually deserve it. If this served you, please subscribe. I'm here every week doing the real work of soul care, not the aesthetics of it. And tell me in the comments, self-care era or soul care era, where are you right now? I read every comment, and I want you to know next week, I'm breaking down the 3 heart wounds behind every I'm fine. I'll see you there.
Heal, letting truth speak so the new can be real. Hold on, mean perfect, it mean free, and I'm choosing what's healthy for me, yeah. Hard way. That's worship.